Hey everybody, happy first day of August. I just wanted to drop a quick video and say a couple of things, let some folks know some exciting things that are happening. One, and I don't really talk about this like ever, but it's kind of cool. I'm on YouTube, which is neat. I never thought that it would be something that I did, but Ken, my website guy, and he's been really helping out. He's helped do a ton of stuff from a marketing perspective and helping me trying to build up this business. So I really appreciate him, but this is one of the things that he's kind of pushed me along in, and it's kind of cool. There was a video that I posted for you guys. It was a book review on the book Toxic Superfoods by an author and Sally K. Norton. And it was a great book. That's why I shared it with you. And it kind of went nuts on YouTube. But there were a lot of comments on there that kind of struck me. And one of them was, hey, all this information out there is super confusing. So you experts really need to sit down at a table and get your story straight. And another was, because the book is actually about oxalates and the damage that it can do, especially to folks that are already susceptible to kidney disease or susceptible to any kind of metabolic disorder, those folks that are actually really unhealthy now. And I can relate to that because for a super, super long time, I was really unhealthy. But I thought it was a great book, so I did a review and I shared it with my little group of folks on Circle, and Ken put it on YouTube, and it kind of went nuts a little bit. And nuts is a relative term, right? I think it got like 2,400 views, but it did have some comments. And like I said, one of them was, hey, this information is really confusing. Like, what do we eat? Plants, meat, what is it? And another was, plants are basically safe for most folks, and oxalates were debunked. So I wanted to kind of talk about that really quick. So I'm not a doctor, right? Like, I don't have a medical degree. It's not what I do. Have I had hundreds of hours of training and certifications in nutrition and CrossFit? Yeah, I have. I've spent a lot of time studying and doing research and doing training online to try to get a better understanding of food and nutrition and health and fitness. Yeah. And a big part of that was, because of my own journey, right? Like, I was legit morbidly obese 7 years ago. And for those of you that didn't know that, that's actually my story. And it really wasn't until like late 2016, that I decided to try to get healthier. And it wasn't really until 2017 when I finally got into my life that made that a much more complete picture and a much more complete journey. But it's something I take really seriously, and a big reason why I do stuff like recommend books or recommend movies or talk about research articles or talk about food in general. The reason I became a coach from a health and fitness perspective is because I know how hard it is to be healthy. I know how confusing information is out there. So the one person that commented like, hey, this is super confusing. You experts need to get together and, figure it out. That's a valid concern, right? I felt the same way for a really long time. So part of what I want to share with you all is that there's not a doctor in this world that is going to care more about your health and your wellness than you should, right? It's so easy to just get confused because a doctor tells you one thing and then you hear something on the news or you see something online that says something different. And it's just so easy to default to what that common knowledge is. In this case, it's, plants are way better for you, right? That's the common perception. Or when that turns out to not be the case, and that's not the case for a lot of people, because while certain things might be okay for folks that are healthy, metabolically sound, The reality is that's not the case for a lot of folks in the United States, where something like 60% of folks have metabolic disorder, right? It just, maybe it's not for you, right? Maybe listening to that conventional knowledge is not going to help you get better. So something that I would encourage all of you, and this is actually what really kind of helped me get better and kind of move forward from a fitness and health perspective, is do your own research, right? It's so important. Yes, it's confusing. Yes, there's a lot of information out there. But the only way to understand what to do and what to eat and how to live, the importance of strength training, the importance of functional fitness, the importance of eating animal protein. The only way you're going to learn about that and truly understand it and truly understand what's going to help make you the healthiest and fittest version of you that there can be is doing your own research, right? And it's something I tell folks all the time. Like, you don't have to listen to me. In fact, you should never take anything that anyone tells you at face value without doing your own research. Not a nutritionist, not a doctor, definitely not me, right? Have I had hundreds of hours of training? Yep, I sure have. But that does not mean that you shouldn't do your own research and educate yourself. Use what I tell you as a jumping off point to the start of your journey when it comes to understanding what's best for your body. And that's the cool thing about nutrition. Like you can figure out what's best for you, right? But you still need to do that research. Like, take the books that I've read and I've reviewed and I've recommended, the movies, use those as jumping off points. Heck, use my own experiences as a jumping off point for your own research so that you can make the best decisions about nutrition, about fitness, about strength, and make sure that what you're doing is right for you, what's sustainable for you. It's so important. That level of knowledge that you get from doing that, your own research, reading those books, reading articles, really understanding how to read articles, it's critical to improving your health and your wellness, and it will definitely help you along your path to fitness, right? So start with some books. Toxic Superfoods by Sally K. Norton. Fantastic book, right? And if you are not well, maybe following a plant-based diet is not the best thing for you because you're not metabolically healthy. And those plant defenses, while they may not bother a normal person who doesn't have any metabolic issues, they might be bothering you, right? And it does a world of difference to have a baseline understanding of what could be wrong. Read that book. Read Lies My Doctor Told Me by Dr. Ken Berry. Read Carnivore Cure by Judy Cho. Read Dietitian's Dilemma by Michelle Hearn. Use those as jumping off points. Write down questions. They do a phenomenal job of citing research articles. Write down your questions and then take those questions to your doctor and ask them those questions and see how they can answer you, right? You are the one that has to take control of where you're going with regards to your health and wellness. And again, there's not a doctor in this world that's going to care more about your health than you should, right? And it was a hard lesson for me to learn, right? It took me a while. But now that I've been on that journey for a while, I know the questions to write down when I read a new article about cholesterol or protein or something like that. I jot the question down and ask another question, right? To help myself from a knowledge perspective, to help clear up those issues that are so confusing when it comes to the world of nutrition. I actually tell my class all the time, there's great articles out there. The information's out there. You just have to go out there and find it. But use these things as a jumping off point. Watch the movies that I've recommended, whether it's, Sacred Cow from Diana Rogers and Rob Wolf. There's a movie based off the book, phenomenal book, really great movie. Kiss the Ground. It's about regenerative agriculture and the power and importance of ruminant animals to the planet. It's a phenomenal movie. You should definitely watch that movie, right? At the end of the day, the thing I want the most is for all of you to be healthy, because the healthier you are, the better off this world is, right? So take the time, do the research, use these books, these movies, even my own experiences. You can go to my website and actually read my blogs about my ridiculous health adventures over the past 7 years. Right? It's been a really bumpy road. Use them as a jumping off point for your own research, so that you can keep yourself educated and do what is best for you when it comes to your own health and your own fitness journey. All right. Have a great day, guys, and I'll talk to you later.